This morning was Presley's IEP meeting, and it went pretty well. I did tell them about 2 hours of homework last night, and they even agreed that that is too much homework, especially for a special education student. So that was nice that they did agree with me. So we kind of agreed on like a modified version, just like a condensed version. I still want to do with the homework with her and get her to learning, but it just needs to be a little bit less. The whole topic of Presley has an issue keeping her pants pulled up, and her butt crack shows every time she sits down, which of course middle school students sit cross-legged a lot in gym and things like that. So I have tried, she doesn't really have a waistline, so belts do not work. You have to cinch them super tight, and they still, when she bends over, are going to show her butt. So I have tried wearing suspenders with her, and she says that they rub right here on her neck, and I understand that, but at this point, we have pretty much two options. Either overalls, which when she does wear overalls, they do stay up, or dresses. So I think I'm going to try to find some dresses for her today and just like wear dresses with leggings underneath. Because at this point, I just don't know what else to do. It's very frustrating. And I get it that, middle school, and that's like just giving the kid something extra basically to pick on her about. Like, she doesn't have enough issues. I did tell them about the note card she got for her Valentine, which I haven't really mentioned anything about that, but it was basically, they did note card Valentines, and all the kids were so sweet on a majority of them. But one of them said, "Presley's so funny," and then drew a picture of a big child, a round stick figure, and then two little tiny stick figures next to each other going like this with the caption, the bubble of "ha ha ha" over their head. So that was really kind of upsetting for me. I was upset the whole weekend that I found that. I didn't have Presley that weekend, and I kind of asked her what class they did these in, and she didn't really tell me what class, and they didn't know what class it was in. But apparently another parent had mentioned it in the IEP about the card. So these IEP meetings are just so hard, and people with general education kids do not know what they're like, and the staff is great, the teachers are great, everybody's great, but it's just kind of a reminder that your child still is just so far behind and so struggling so hard, and you're trying to do everything you can, but you cannot force a child to learn, and you cannot really speed them up, and everybody wants their child to excel, and people with special education kids, you just want them to be mediocre. You would be happy. It's so hard to know pretty much everything is a struggle for your child, pretty much. And there's nothing that you can do except I feel like I'm hard on Presley all the time. I'm constantly writing her, and I don't feel like that's a very good life for her, really, but I don't know what else to do. It's just really, really frustrating and hard to deal with. But we had our meeting today, and that's pretty much it. It's always an emotional time for me when I get up from the seat. When it's done, there's usually a puddle of sweat that I've made, because for some reason my backside sweats tremendously when I'm nervous. I do not know why. I don't know if that happens to anybody else, but anyhow, that is what's going on today. I'm a little bit emotional. I don't know. I wonder too, you wonder if you had her in more things, if you, you're always looking for something that will help. I think, what if I had more money? What if I could get her, more tutoring? And we've tried programs for reading and things like that, and they offer programs for kids with autism or dyslexia, things like that, but she does not have any of those things. She's just a learning disabled. She has a disability with learning and is slower, and there's really no programs for people that don't have a so-called diagnosis of things, and mainly autism is the number one thing right now. If your child has autism, you can get a lot of assistance and a lot of programs, but if your child doesn't, then you're kind of SOL'd as far as help from anybody. So that's another soapbox of mine. I think all kids who have struggles, whether it's autism or just a learning disability or anything, should get help. It shouldn't just be specifically kids with autism. It's all kids who need help should be able to get help. It's very frustrating.